So first we are going to discuss about the chemical reaction between metals and water. So what happens? What will happen when you place a metal, a highly reactive metal, when you place it in water? We can go and see. See in your textbook one activity is there, activity 8.4. So in that, so now let us look what is being done there. So first we are taking a 250 ml of water in a small beaker, and next we are taking our metal sample, that is sodium. So sodium is highly reactive. So if it is exposed to atmospheric oxygen, it will react with oxygen so as to form sodium oxide. So normally this sodium metal that is stored under kerosene in order to protect it from the atmospheric oxygen. And also if it comes in contact with water, then also it will react very violently. So in order to protect this metal, sodium metal, we are placing this metal in kerosene. So when you take a small piece of metal, very small piece of sodium metal, you can cut it easily with a knife. So that is one of the speciality of sodium metal. Even though it is a metal, so we can cut it with a knife, so that it is so soft. So you are taking a very small piece of sodium metal. Then next, what we are going to do? We are going to uh, dry it, because it has been already kept in kerosene. So we need to dry that particular sodium metal. So we are drying it with the help of filter paper. So after all, what is happening? So the dried metal, the next we need to cover it with a small piece of cotton. So after all, covering it with cotton, so you are placing it into water. So might be the reason why the sodium metal is covered with cotton? The reaction between sodium and water is highly explosive, and it liberates very large amount of heat. And we can say at this moment when you place sodium into water, it will catch fire. The metal will catch fire, and the amount of heat evolved during that particular reaction, uh, even the beaker can burst or the water can splash out. So that much vigorously this reaction will take place. So in order to keep ourselves safe, so we are covering this particular sodium metal with a small piece of cotton, and slowly we are dropping it into the beaker, which is filled with nearly 250 ml of water. Then let us see what happens here. As the moment you place, once some sodium metals, we can see cotton, it will absorb water, is it? So as cotton absorbs water and as it reaches the sodium metal, what happens? The sodium will start reacting with water. So once this reaction starts, you need to keep away from this beaker. So in order to protect yourself, so suddenly you can see as the sodium metal reacts with water, you can see fire or a small explosion. With a small explosion, so what's the reason behind it? We will see that when sodium metal is exposed to water, so what will happen? Sodium hydroxide in aqueous solution, and as well as hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is also liberated during this particular chemical reaction. As a result of this particular release of hydrogen gas, so what is happening? So at the same time, the reaction is highly exothermic. Exothermic means what? During this particular reaction, very high amount of, if you touch this particular bottom of the beaker after this particular reaction, if you touch the beaker will remain hot for some time, or the beaker will get warm. So what do you mean by this particular observation? Which means that during this chemical reaction, what is happening? uh, Heat energy is liberated. Such chemical reactions are known as exothermic reactions. So it is an example of exothermic reactions. So we'll study about more in higher classes. So what you mean by exothermic reaction is that exothermic reaction during the reactions in which heat energy is released. So we also know that in the chapter fuels we already discussed hydrogen. Hydrogen is a fuel, is it? So hydrogen gas, which is released in the form of gas, and at the same time, the reaction itself produces very large amount of heat. So what will happen? Uh, at the moment you put this particular sodium metal into water, so it will react with water and so as to form sodium hydroxide, which we already studied in the previous year. That is what it is called a base. In aqueous solution, at the same time, bubbles of hydrogen gas. So bubbles of hydrogen gas will start evolving from water, and these bubbles of hydrogen gas, these are highly explosive, and these bubbles will catch fire. As a result, you will see a sudden splash of water as well as fire. The metal itself will catch fire. Sodium metal itself will get fire, will catch fire when it reacts with water. So this particular reaction, this is what happening when you place metals like sodium in water. So similarly, lithium, cesium, these are certain metals which are uh, very vigorously reacting with water. Similarly, if you place an iron nail in water, will it happen in this way? No. So metals differ in their reactivity, that we will discuss in later in this chapter. So this is the general equation that you need to remember. When metals react with water, metal hydroxide is formed and hydrogen gas is liberated. Which gas is liberated? Yes, hydrogen gas is liberated during this chemical reaction. So now let us look at the next chemical properties, that is the reaction of metals with acids. So we already discussed in the previous class. In class 7 we already discussed about acids, different types of acids we know. So few examples. Try to remember few acid, the names of few acid. Hydrochloric acid. What is the chemical formula of hydrochloric acid? So I have written here HCl. HCl. Hydrochloric acid. H stands for hydrogen and Cl stands for chlorine. And similarly H2SO4, sulfuric acid. That's another acid. It's known as king of the acid chemicals. And similarly, you can see uh, what happens when metals, when they are placed in acids. So metals plus acid react to give metal salt plus hydrogen gas. So in this case also we can see hydrogen gas is getting released. There is a specialty of metals. Majority of the metals, except certain metals like copper, silver, gold, etc., platinum, majority of the metals are more reactive than hydrogen. So that's why they displace hydrogen from acids and even from water. So they are highly reactive. So what will happen when metals say, let us take an example, magnesium. So if we place magnesium in hydrochloric acid, the symbol of magnesium is capital M, small g, magnesium, and if we place it in hydrochloric acid, what happens? It will react. It will react to form the metal salt, that is magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride and with the release of hydrogen gas. Why I put this arrow mark? This arrow mark is put in order to show that hydrogen which is released is in the form of gas. So the hydrogen gas which is released, so as a result of the reaction between metals and acids, so as to form metallic salt and hydrogen gas. So you can test the hydrogen gas. If you bring a burning matchstick near to the mouth of the test tube, what will happen? It will catch fire with a pop sound. So later on in the lab activity, I will show you that activity. So this is what happens when metals generally react with acids. So let us take another example, say zinc. You place zinc granules. You place, so let us take another acid, that is sulfuric acid, H2SO4. So here what is happening? When you place sulfuric acid and metals zinc. And the reaction between sulfuric acid and zinc. So that will lead to the. So what is happening here? Zinc is displacing hydrogen from acid. So as a result, what will be formed? Once this hydrogen part is removed, what will happen? The zinc will take that position and corresponding salt will be formed. Zinc sulfate, that's the salt. Zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. So this is what happens when a metal reacts with oxygen or acid. When a metal reacts with oxygen, what happens? Metallic oxide is formed, and when metal reacts with water, corresponding metal hydroxide is formed, and the release of hydrogen gas takes place. And similarly, you can see when metals like magnesium, zinc, aluminum, calcium, etc., when they react with acids, magnesium, or say example magnesium, hydrochloric acid, magnesium chloride, and hydrogen gas. So this general formula you need to remember: metals plus acids reacts to give metal salts plus hydrogen gas. Next we can go and see about what happens when metals react with bases. So we already remember, try to remember the few examples of bases which you studied in the previous class. One of the bases, sodium hydroxide, then potassium hydroxide. Can you name a few? Yeah, calcium hydroxide, then magnesium hydroxide. These are few examples of bases. See, now let us look at what happens. All these metals react with base? No. All the metals do not react with bases. Only certain metals like zinc, aluminum, etc. reacts with bases. Now, the remaining metals do not react with bases. So, when you place zinc granules in sodium hydroxide, which is a basic. What is the specialty of base? Bases will have hydroxide ions present in it, OH minus ions. Already we studied about acid. What is the specialty of acids? Acids will have H plus ions in it. And similarly, what happens when metals are reacting with bases? Say sodium hydroxide. So it will react the formation of sodium zincate, a compound known as sodium zincate. Its chemical formula is very important: Na2Zn2 plus hydrogen gas. So these all reactions, these are the reactions. These all reactions are exothermic. What do you mean by exothermic? The reactions in which heat energy is released. Such reactions are known as exothermic. So this is an also example of exothermic reaction, in which we can see majority of the metals do not react with bases. Okay, that point also you keep it in your mind. So in today's lesson, we already discussed about the reaction between metals and water, and metals and acids, and metals and bases. So previously we already discussed the reaction between metals and oxygen. Okay, so once more you have a deep understanding about this, and these equations, these word equations, you write it to your notebook and keep it safe. And the same thing we will again discuss in class 10. So at that time it is very important. So first of all, study it properly from now itself. So these all things are very important. We will be again studying the same things with more details in class 10 in the chapter metals and non-metals. So that's why this topic is very important for you. Clear? And all the students, all of you must try to write down five examples of each type of reactions. Take another example. Instead of sodium, you can take potassium. Clear? So metals plus acids. Instead of magnesium, you can take aluminum. Say, in such a way, metals plus bases. Here you won't get much example, or you can read one more. The reaction between sodium and sodium hydroxide and aluminum. That reaction you can write in a copy. And later when I ask, you can submit that. Okay. So these are the things which are very important of this particular lesson, and this is important for your higher studies also. So now let us discuss about this particular topic in a nutshell. So we can summarize this as when metals react with water so as to form metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. And the next one, metals plus acids. Metals plus acids react to give corresponding metal salt and hydrogen gas. And similarly, metals plus bases. Not all the metals react to give metal salt and hydrogen gas. So this is in general so that we discussed today. So those who couldn't understand, you can ask any doubt. If you have any doubt, you can ask me through WhatsApp. So I'll be happy to help you. So study this. First of all, you may find it somewhat difficult to remember this part is chemical equations. In order to remember these chemical equations, formulas, chemical formulas of Na2 and O2, it will be somewhat difficult. But if you try, once you become familiarized with these particular things, it will be easy, and also it will be very interesting. Okay. So similarly, one small topic which I left, that was we can check the nature of this particular salt form. Okay. So already we studied that metallic oxides. Look at this particular part. How we checked metallic oxides are generally basic in nature, and non-metallic oxides are generally acidic in nature. So these are all the things about this thing. And how can you check the nature? Uh, this particular, once more you look at this particular part towards the magnesium plus oxygen reacts to give magnesium oxide. So we tested the presence of the nature of this particular oxide, how this particular oxide, what is the nature, whether it is acidic or basic. So magnesium oxide that is formed if you mix with some amount of water and bring a red litmus to particular this solution, what will happen? The red litmus will turn to blue litmus. So that indicates that metallic oxides are basic in nature. This particular topic is very important. And next, non-metallic oxide. So what is the nature, chemical nature, whether it is acidic or basic? So non-metallic oxides we can see sulfur dioxide or nitrogen dioxide or carbon dioxide. So these oxides are acidic in nature. How will you test whether it is acidic or basic? If you mix this particular gas formed with some amount of water, and if you bring blue litmus to this particular solution, and the color of the blue litmus will change to red. So this is for that particular observation. So we can conclude that uh, non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. So I hope you understood this particular lesson. So you try to do few more equations. Try to write at least minimum 5 equations for this one. 5 equations for this one, metals and water. You can choose any other metals instead of sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, aluminum, oxygen, this all. And similarly, metals plus acid. You can change acid also. Not and change the metals, magnesium, aluminum instead of that, calcium, zinc, anything you can use. Similarly, here also you make 5 more questions like. And similarly, you can see metals with bases. Here you can write only one more equation. That is the reaction between aluminum and sodium hydroxide as your homework. Complete these homeworks and keep it safe. And when I ask you to submit this to me. Then only you will get the internal mark. Keep studying well. Don't roam out here and there because of the COVID-19, this particular disease, as it is spreading. So keep yourself safe. And if you happen to touch any other objects, so immediately use sanitizer, wear face mask, and keep yourself safe from this particular pandemic situation. Stay at home and study well. Okay, bye.